Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead / Papaw's Place. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, that was a lot of washing today. We got our turnip greens and mustard greens. We got our red Russian kale, our Prizm Kale, our rainbow chard. Pulled up a bunch of green onions this morning, and of course I cut the ends off of the rainbow chard there because we like putting them on the grill. That pile there is just the mixed leaf lettuce, and it's got a little bit of the spinach that was left out there. Well, guys, I had to go on and cut this. I hope you're seeing this video on Mother's Day. And by the way, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. But we are supposed to be 90 degrees today and the mid to upper 90s for the next week. So I know that lettuce is finna go to bolting. Now the kale and the Swiss chard, it'll keep going, but when it gets hot, it don't taste as good to me. I still eat it. I still eat it right up in the summer. Just get some of the smaller, tenderer leaves, and it's fine. So I went on and cut all my lettuce down this morning. Now I didn't pull it out of my beds because it may grow and make some leaves. That way, like I said, I can feed the rabbits and such. But that's probably pretty much gonna be the end of the lettuce. But these mustard greens and these turnip greens. Now turnip greens, I love the turnip greens, which I love the big turnips, but I grow them in the fall when I plant them in my in-ground garden. And that's usually when we let them get where you can get the turnip and stuff. But for your spring, I just plant them, and see these little old bitty tender leaves? You don't grow them and try to make big turnips. You just let them get about that tall and just cut them tender leaves off, and that's some good turnip greens. Well, I give them a good haircut this morning, and I already got my pot set up over there with my water and stuff, and we're gonna boil my turnip greens here. And like I said, it's got some mustard greens in there. I went through the mustard greens and got some of the best leaves off of them. I'm gonna do my Prizm Kale and my red Russian kale and my Swiss chard. Some of that's gonna be put in with the lettuce to bag up to give away, because we like a little bit, not much, but just a little bit of each one in our salads. And the people I'm gonna give this to is the same way. So I'm gonna fix up gallon bags, and I'll put a little bit of this in each one, but what's left I'm gonna steam down into the pot. But we like mixing all three varieties together. And of course the rainbow chard stems, I just like putting them in tin foil, put a little olive oil on them, salt and pepper them up, maybe put a little bit of butter on them, and let them steam there on that grill, and we eat them. Now I don't never try to freeze these or preserve them or nothing. But this turnip greens, what we don't eat tomorrow for Mother's Day, yes, they gonna get bagged up and put in the freezer. But I just thought I would bring y'all along today and show y'all what harvest I got out of my little beds. And guys, you take that lettuce there, since that lettuce has been growing, of course we just get a little bit at a time, or if somebody comes through there, get them about a gallon bag worth. But that's probably about the third. If you had them all done together, you'd probably have about 3 batches that I've got off of it. And if the weather wasn't turning up into the 90s, it would keep going, because this lettuce ain't got bitter yet. Now yeah, when you get to that hot temperature, it may still grow, but it's gonna get bitter on you. This lettuce ain't bitter. Now of course I ain't gonna sit here and say you ain't never gonna get a bite of it, that it ain't gonna be bitter, because it's kind of like catfish. Catfish, I don't care who raises it, where you get it from. Occasionally when you get a bite of a catfish fillet, you're gonna get one that tastes like mud. Well, that's kind of with this lettuce. I'm telling you, it ain't bitter right now, but yeah, you might get one leaf in there while you eat and it has a little bitter taste. But hey, I think that's just about any time. I don't think that has nothing to do with the springtime. But guys, I'm gonna get that over here. And I'm gonna throw this turnip greens in the pot there that I can get boiling first. And then I'm gonna start bagging up my lettuce and stuff. So let's get over here and let's put these turnip greens in this pot. Right, guys, if you ain't got one of these ball electric water bath slash multi-purpose cookers, that's one of the handiest things I've purchased. And I will put a link, affiliated link in the description below this video if you would like to go check them out and maybe get one. But I done got about 3 inches of water in there, maybe 4. And I added me about 2-3 tablespoons of salt, and that's all I put in my greens. Because you got to remember, I'm cooking a big bunch, so some of these is going to get froze. Now what we take out to heat up for dinner tomorrow, then we'll put a little more salt and pepper in them. But I'm going to just put them in there and turn this up and bring it to a boil, and I'm going to just cook them until they get to the little tender stage. And they'll be done. I think I calculated that just right. I wanted one big pot full, because I could have got twice this many of the turnip greens. But like I said, we got turnip greens in the freezer that we put up there in the fall. I just do these in the spring just to have a mess of fresh as we eat. But we get hot too quick. And I'm like, well, I ain't gonna waste them all, so I'm gonna do a big pot and at least put 2 or 3 little bags up. And I'll put that top bag on there. And once it starts coming up to a boil, I'll kind of flip them over a couple times there. You don't want to stir them, you want to flip them. Now guys, in this pot right here on this butane burner, I'm going to use a little olive oil and salt and pepper and put in this red Russian kale and Prizm Kale and some of that rainbow chard leaves. Now I ain't got as much water in there, and you want to do it over slow heat because you ain't actually going to boil these like cooking greens. They kind of going to steam down. These going to get some of these going to get eaten today for dinner. So I'm going to take some of this red Russian kale. Actually, I'm going to kind of layer this in here a little bit. Sprinkle a little bit of this black pepper in there. Sprinkle a little bit of this salt in there. Then I'm going to put some of this extra virgin olive oil. And now I'm going to go get some of that Prizm Kale. Went on and brought the rainbow chard with me. I'm going to save the rest of this Prizm Kale to put in the salad bags as I bag it up. 'Cause like I said, I'm going to bag up several bags, ever how many bags I got. And that'll be taken around to give away today. Because I've got 2 bags that I just put in the house a couple days ago. Now one good thing about fresh lettuce, guys, it'll keep 3 times longer than lettuce you buy from the grocery store. Now I know some of you saying you putting that in there big leaves. Yep, I don't like tearing mine up. As it steams and cooks down, I kind of like mine bigger and you kind of take your fork and cut it when you eat it. I don't like it if you tear it apart, to me, then when you cook it down, it gets, if it gets mushy, then you kind of gotta, I don't like that. I like mine left bigger leaves, even on cooking my turnip greens. But each is to their own. You do what you like. Now the rest of that right there is going to be in the salad mix. Now when you see me pouring this oil, now it's just a little bit. It ain't, this whole thing, I probably ain't using 3 tablespoons of oil. And this pepper ain't coming out very fast, so it ain't that much pepper. But you're just seasoning your food just like you cook any food, whatever you like. Now we're going to top it off with this red Russian kale. And then the rest of this red Russian kale, of course, is all going to be in my salads. All right. Now when I hear that water in there starting to bubble around like it's finna boil or something, then I'm gonna turn this fire down here and just keep it at a simmer. And then I come get my long spatula, and like I said, you don't go to stir like stirring a soup. You just kind of scoop it and kind of fold it over. Set this bag over here. I'm gonna just take these onions here and put them, stick the ends in a bag and set them in my outside refrigerator, because these is for my mother to take home with her tomorrow when she comes. Her and Mr. Clyde, they love their onions. And I don't close it up, I just close it just enough to keep them falling out, and I set that right in the refrigerator. Now these right here, after a while I'm gonna get some tinfoil, so I need to set them in the refrigerator. But now, I gotta go to bagging up lettuce, guys. Now guys, this is an add-in clip to this video, because I forgot when I went out to the garden first thing this morning, I had cut 2 little heads of iceberg lettuce and stuck them in the refrigerator, and then I went back out there and started cutting the rest of that, and I forgot to get these out of the refrigerator. So you can see, as hot as it is, they starting to open up. But I do have 2 pretty decent little heads. They ain't that big, but for springtime lettuce, if it would have just given me about another 2 weeks of cool weather, I think I'd have had some decent little lettuce. And you can see how pretty that is. That there's got a little brown spot on the edge. But I had picked 2 heads, and that's iceberg lettuce. So I just wanted to show y'all that. And like I said, if I'd have just had a couple more weeks, these here would have made some pretty decent little heads of lettuce. Now I wasn't expecting no big old heads of lettuce, not in the springtime when it's warming up like this. But you can grow you some lettuce. You get it planted early enough. So that, guys, is the iceberg lettuce after I washed it and divided it up. Next we got some butterhead lettuce here. We'll pull off these outside ones because I got so much lettuce here to give away, it ain't even funny. But all these different lettuces are gonna make one fine salad. Now all this, I'm rinsing it off here, and I'm gonna put it in bags or in boxes like I was saying, probably in some boxes. And I'll tell everybody I give it to, they need to go through and make sure they double wash. I'm just making sure they don't get no bad lettuce or I don't see no bugs in it. Now here's one of the romaines. A lot of these on the outside's good, but I'm gonna pull them outer ones off. Now I got some more butter head here. Don't tell what I'm throwing on the ground there. The rabbit chicken's gonna be eating good today, ain't they? And I know I'm wasting a lot of good stuff there, guys. I got so much of it out there that needs to be cut. So like I said, this is it. It ain't gonna survive no high 90s this week. So I'm just getting a lot to give away to my neighbors. This was another butter head here. Good looking lettuce. Like I said, now it ain't as good and tight like it would be in the fall. And that's it. I think I'm gonna have several boxes of lettuce. Now I'm gonna put this back in there and I'm gonna double wash it. But I still tell people when I get it to make sure they wash it before they eat it. But guys, if you ever growed any lettuces, these different varieties of lettuces in the South, if you have, please let me know. Maybe let me know a trick that you use. Like I said, I think what I got here is done really good, especially up to the temperature gets like this, because today it's supposed to get up to 90. And then starting tomorrow and the next 5 to 7 days, it's supposed to be the mid 90s to the upper 90s. But if you will, leave in the comments and let me know what y'all think. And let me know if you got any tips and tricks for growing lettuces and such in the spring in the South. But I know this is a short little video. I just wanted to show y'all what I harvested off my lettuce, and which, like I said, my Prizm Kale and Rainbow Kale and the Chard and all that, it'll still be going. But I wanted to just show what I got off my lettuce. You know, I hope y'all had a great Mother's Day, a great weekend. And guys, I hope to see y'all again. God bless. See y'all next time.